Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am here today to do my October TBR. I had meant to post this actually on Wednesday, but life got in the way, and so I'm here today to go over my October TBR. I had posted basically the first 2 weeks of my TBR in the Gilmore Girls readathon, which is going to take place from October 1st to the 15th. I'll go over briefly what I'm reading in that readathon, but I will link that down in the description below. So if you want to see that, it will be down there. So I'm just going to jump right on into it. So for the first 2 weeks of October, like I said, I'm going to participate in the Gilmore Girls readathon. So in that readathon, I'll be reading the Merciless 2 series, which is the Exorcism of Fiona by Danielle Vega, and I've got my TBR on a list, so you see me looking down. That is the second book in the Merciless series. Don't know a whole lot about it. I do know that it takes place now that she's in a Catholic boarding school. I'm also going to be reading Better Than Chocolate by Sheila Roberts. Just a little bit about this. I know I talked maybe briefly about it in my TBR for the readathon, but it is about a girl who moves. I can't remember if it's back home or moves to a small town, or if it's like where she grew up, but to kind of take over and save her grandma's chocolate company. So I'll be reading that for one of the challenges. I will also be participating in the book challenge. I was able to get this on my Overdrive app, the audiobook. So I will be participating with the group book, which is Talking as Fast as You Can by Lauren Graham. Lauren Graham is the one that plays Lorelai, the mom in the Gilmore Girls. And this is kind of a memoir type book. It's a collection of personal essays that she wrote. Also, I believe it has some like pictures and stuff that she collected while on the set of filming the Gilmore Girls. So I'm like really excited to read that. I will also be reading Autumn Winds by Charlotte Hubbard or Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. I know that the seventh book of the Harry Potter series, The Deathly Hallows, is a long book, so I'm hoping to get to it next month, or at least starting it. I will also be reading Narcissus and Change by Laurel K. Hamilton. This is the 10th book in the Anita Blake series. This takes place, I believe it's 6 months after the last book, when she comes back home, and she's still trying to decide who she wants to be with. Does she want to be with her werewolf boyfriend, Richard, or does she want to be with the master of the city, vampire Jean-Claude? So she's still battling with herself, trying to figure out who she wants to be with. Obviously, stuff happens, so we'll see how that goes. It's probably going to be a crazy ride. I will also be reading The Kiss Quotient by Helen Wong. Still don't know a whole lot about this. I kind of don't really want to know a whole lot. I want to go into it blind. I know almost every review that I've seen about it has all been positive reviews. Everybody seems to love it, so I'm hoping to love it as well. One of my most anticipated reads for next month is the 22nd book in the Argenau series, About a Vampire by Lindsay Sands. This follows Justin Bricker, which is probably one of my favorite characters in the entire series. I've been waiting since he first arrived. I believe it's in the Rogue portion of the series, but I have been waiting for his story. He is absolutely hilarious. I love his personality and the jokes he makes, and he makes you laugh every time he opens his mouth. So I'm really excited to read his story and find out who his life mate is and how all that plays out. I will also be reading I Scream, You Scream by Lily York. This is the second book in the Willow Criers series. This series, I read the first book this month in September. This follows Willow Crier. She moves down to Tuttle, Oklahoma, which is a very, very small town outside of Oklahoma City. it is a made-up town. I looked because I'm from Oklahoma, so I was really curious if this was an actual town or not, but it is a made-up town. But she moves to Tuttle, Oklahoma to take over her belated grandfather's ice cream shop. In the first book of the series, she participated in a chili cook-off competition where one of the judges was murdered. And of course, it was her bowl that the judge fell into. So she was obviously a suspect for a short period of time. And then it follows her, helping the police solve the murder of who killed this judge. And a little love interest in there, a little bit. And then now this is the second book where she is she's going to be the chairperson of their small town's annual ice cream festival. So that's going to be interesting. Obviously, it's a cozy mystery, so somebody will probably end up dead, and she will probably help solve the murder. I'm really hoping to see what else happens with her and her love interest from the first book. I'm really hoping to see more from that. I will also be reading The Evolution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkins. This is the second book in the Mara Dyer series. This is still the first book, which is on my September TBR. I have not read that one yet. I'm hoping to get to that this weekend. So I don't really know a whole lot about the second book. So I'll be finding that out soon. I will also be reading Lover Eternal by J.R. Ward. This is the second book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. I'm about halfway through the first book right now. I'll be finishing that hopefully today, maybe tomorrow, so I can move on to the Mara Dyer book. I'm enjoying this so far. So this first book follows Wrath. He is like the head of the Black Dagger Brotherhood group, and they are basically there to control, police, I guess, maybe the vampires. And they are battling with a group of, for more or less words, the like vampire hunters. They're called the Lessers. So this first book is about Wrath and finding his mate. I know the second book, Lover Eternal, follows Rage, which is also one of the Black Dagger Brotherhood members. And he is, from the synopsis, it says he's one of the most dangerous ones, but I also know he's kind of a Hollywood boy. I don't really know how to describe him, but this is basically about him finding his mate. After that, I do plan on reading the 22nd book in the Dark series by Christine Feehan. This is called Dark Wolf. This follows Skylar. And Skylar was a girl that had came into play as a teenager, and her life mate Dimitri, they realized that they were life mates a while back, but she was still very young. And so instead of giving in to his urge to claim his life mate, he decided to wait until she was older and until she could decide if she wants to be his life mate or not. I've been waiting for this book to see how it plays out, and I'm finally getting this book in October, and I'm so excited about that. And a book that has been on my TBR for years is The Shining. I am not a horror movie person. I don't really read horror books. I've read a couple of Stephen King books, but they're not really for me, at least the ones I've read. I've read one that I loved of his, and then I've read like two others that were just not what I was into. But I've been dying to read The Shining for years, and every year around Halloween I say I'm going to read The Shining, and I never get to it. So this year I am making it a point to read it towards the end of the month for my October TBR. We will see if it happens, but I am making that one of my priorities this month, is to read The Shining. And then I found a collection on Kindle Unlimited the other day. It's called the Bolin House, I believe. It's basically a supernatural collection of horror stories about ghosts and haunted houses. don't know a whole lot about it, but I was like, Halloween, ghosts, haunted houses, something spooky. I'd give it a shot. It was on the Kindle Unlimited, so um, I will hopefully get to that towards the end of the month. That is what I plan on reading this month. I am hoping that I will be able to throw in some romance audiobooks in there somewhere that I like to add in every month. But as of right now, this is what I plan on reading. Fingers crossed. Down in the comments, let me know what you plan on reading. If you did an October TBR video, or plan on doing one, link it down in the comments. I would love to see it. I really look forward to seeing what all of you guys are reading as well. So if you've done one or are planning on doing one, link it down in the comments so I can go see what all of you guys are planning on reading. Otherwise, if you did not do one, still tell me down in the comments what you plan on reading. If you've read any of the books that I've mentioned today, let me know what your thoughts were on those. If you liked them, didn't like them, that type of thing. And if you just wanted to just say hi, comment down below. I was really shocked this morning when I got up and realized I'm almost to 100 subscribers, and that was absolutely insane to me. I didn't expect that. I want to thank all of you who have subscribed, and I hope that you are liking the kind of content that I'm putting out. I know there's way more to come, and I'm going to be kind of experimenting a little bit, trying to get this whole editing thing figured out with my videos, as well as I want to start trying to learn how to do vlogs and stuff like that. So with this new readathon coming up, my first readathon, I'm hoping that maybe we can figure out how to do that. To an extent, I work full-time mom, all that good stuff, so we'll see what I'll be able to do, but I am looking forward to talking to all of you. If you have subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for subscribing and sticking around through this beginning of cringeable videos. I just want to thank all of you guys for subscribing to my channel, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe, click that little notification bell so you can see whenever I post new videos, and definitely comment down below and talk to me. And I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend and have had a great reading month. So until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.